I'm John Kaiser at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver, November 13th, 2021. I'm with Joe Ovsenek and Ken McNaughton of P2 Gold. Ken and Joe, welcome to Vancouver.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Joe, in your presentation today on the Gabbs Project, you mentioned the potential that this 73.1 million ton existing resource could grow as much as 2 to 3 times, which would make this a much more substantial project than I've visualized with my outcome system. But you also talked about the deeper potential that these 4 deposits that just sit on surface may be connected in some way at depth. Can you tell me more about this and when you will get around to testing for this deeper blue sky potential?
Sure, John. I'll let Ken jump in on that one.
Yeah.
He's our Chief Exploration Officer.
Yeah, so thanks, John. So yeah, the Gabbs Project has been known about for 50 years. There's 500 historical holes that have defined a number of surface zones, and that's where the 2 to 3 times potential is. But all of these things are part of a very much larger alkaline porphyry system. So and some of the historical work started looking for that, but we've also done now some magnetic surveys, ground magnetic surveys, IP surveys, and deep penetrating magnetotelluric surveys, so MT surveys. And all of these are focusing in to several areas which we believe are the source of those surface zones. So we've got lots of potential for near surface open pit mineralization, but below that, the source of that, and the types of systems we're looking at are the Red Chris and the Galore Creek type systems. So multi-billion ton type deposits, block cave, very large, very economic.
Well, speaking of Galore Creek and Red Chris style systems, your BAM project is described as a high sulfidation epithermal gold system, which is typically peripheral to a deeper porphyry system. Privately, it's been discussed that this has 2 to 4 million ounce potential for open pitable, but there's also potential for the source of this, a Galore Creek or Red Chris type system. What have you done so far to assess how deep that would be and what you would need to do to see what is down there that might become the real focus of the BAM project?
Well, sure. Well, I'll answer that one as well. Basically, we discovered that system last year with our soil sampling. We got in, we drilled it this year. We confirmed what we believed, that there was a significant system on surface, and what we defined was that epithermal system that you're describing. So with that, we've got some major structural break there. It's a good long regional break. It's well defined. The structure itself is covered with a thin veneer of basalt. So it's hidden, but it's only hidden under 10, 15 meters of basalt. So what we're going to do is this spring, again, we'll be running some airborne geophysical surveys as well as some ground geophysical surveys. And then right away in June, we're going to start tracing that system down dip. We're going to bring it over to where that major structure is going to be, and then we're going to start taking it to depth. So we're going to very quickly define the limits of that surface mineralization, and then again start focusing in on the deeper high-grade source to it.
So with, of course, these horrible assay turnaround times that we have, in which if you listen to my presentation, I'm not optimistic that's going to change until maybe 2023. Or would you be able to chase that deeper potential just based on the visuals without waiting for the assays? And
We've got so there's these XRF, portable XRF units, and they're not very good for gold or silver, but they're great for copper, lead, zinc, arsenic, a lot of the pathfinders. So absolutely, we can see visually the alteration. We'll see how that trends and changes. There's a strong association with pyrite and chalcopyrite, and so we can see those. So while nothing is better than a gold assay, we've got all of the right elements that we can track. So we're not going to be waiting for assays. We're going to be chasing that system, and the assays will come when they come.
So there could be 2 discoveries confirmed next year out of BAM.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
the first project that you acquired when you took over P2 Gold is the Silver Reef project. It's outside the Golden Triangle, but it's still northern British Columbia. You did some work in the first year. What is left there to be done? What is the sort of scale and size of discovery that you hope to make there? And when will you be able to get back to finish that job?
Want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
on a roll.
Oh no, it's great. That's the model. There is a Coeur d'Alene or the Mayo district up in Yukon, and so the potential is really for hundreds of millions of tons of high grade silver, lead, zinc. Following along, again, some major structures, and there's intrusives and a lot of the complexity. We see all of that. So this past summer, we were on the ground. We did a lot of soil geochemistry and prospecting. We've defined some extensions to the existing mineralization. So what we really need to do now is get back in and drill those, see if we can't extend some of the better systems that we discovered there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The name P2 Gold looks very much like a reference to Pretium, the company with which you two were both intimately involved. In the last 10 days, Pretium received a $3.5 billion takeover bid from Newcrest, which is also now the majority partner in developing the underground block caving potential of Red Chris. Tell us about the role you played in Pretium and the Brucejack story and its culmination in this world-class takeover bid.
Okay, well, I have to say something.
Now it's your turn.
I got to say
I
something.
gave that question for you.
Well, we'll go back. It started at Silver Standard. Ken and his geology crew were drilling Brucejack for bulk tonnage and discovered the Valley of the Kings at the Brucejack Project, our high-grade zone at Brucejack. In 2000, summer 2009, 2010, our board of directors decided it was a non-core gold project. They wanted to stay focused on silver. So I was given the task of selling Brucejack and the neighboring property, Snowfield. So what we did is we formed Pretium Resources with our former CEO, Bob Quartermain, and sold Brucejack and Snowfield to Pretium Resources. Ken and I then immediately switched over to Pretium Resources, and some others, including Michelle Romero, who's with us now at P2, joined us at Pretium right away. Ken led the charge in drilling off the Valley of the Kings, the high-grade zone. I was Chief Development Officer, Ken was Chief Exploration Officer, and then as the project advanced in 2015, I became President and sort of led the charge on financing and constructing the mine, and then in 2017, I was promoted to CEO, and I was CEO until April 2020. So we had a good run. We quite proud of what we did at Brucejack. We took it from discovery, literally from the first hole in the ground, August 2009, to commercial production, July 1st, 2017. That's less than 8 years from discovery to commercial production, and it's, not the easiest environment to build a mine and not the easiest permitting regime and other things. So we're quite proud of our accomplishment on that.
And we're looking forward to doing that again at Gabs.
Exactly.
And
BAM.
So earlier this year, you set out first, I think, to raise $15 million for the Gabbs Project and all the other plans. Then you scaled it down to $5 million. And then when I saw the numbers come through, you two had personally put up, I think, somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 of that $5 million financing. What was it like in the wake of the whole Pretium experience to walk the street and suddenly be an apparent nobody so that you have to put your own money to show that, hey, we are real serious people?
Very true. It was, well, we missed the timing of the gold market, and for what it's worth, that was the moment in time. Pretium's Pretium. We're with P2, so we loved Gabs, really loved the potential, so we had to put our own money in.
it was too good a project to let go. We had to do the deal, so that's what it took.
Yeah.
And I can say from my experience as a bottom fisher in the past, I have seen this a number of times where somebody who could raise tens of millions of dollars, a snap of a finger, all of a sudden they seem to have been a nobody despite all the historic performance. And then they go and do it even bigger and better than before. So I hope you guys are on that track again.
Yeah, we do too.
Yep.
Very good.
Thank you, Joe and Ken, for participating in the Metals Investor Forum.
Excellent. Thanks, John.
Appreciate the
it.
invitation. Thank you.